good but they self. Pay attention to what I'm telling you. The Moors, there's two factions. I'm only going to deal with the one that's I call the rogue faction of Moors. Right? The matriarchal goddess is correct, Chris. But this Moor thing, y'all got to get this understood. There's two groups of Moors. The ones that we used as infiltrators in order to go get the secrets that they was hiding from us. And then it's the ones who put us into bondage. I'm going to let that sink in for a second before I go on to the next thing. There's two groups of Moors. The ones we sent in to get our secrets back so we can reclaim our birthright. That's the bad group. No, that's the good group. The ones we sent in to get the secrets back. Then you had the other group that sold us out. The one that came with Pietro del Negro with Columbus. The ones that were pushing their children and their offspring that they call conquistadors throughout Central and South America in order to steal all the gold. Them the Moors I'm talking about. No, Obama is from Kenya. Obama is the son of the jackal. He is a usurper. He was trying to claim birthright to the throne. That's why he masqueraded as the Messiah type. And the reason why they always bringing his birth certificate up is because he was born in the Dakota House on June the 6th, 1966. And they tell the story in a movie called Rosemary's Baby. Barack Hussein Obama is the destroyer. And that's why he looks so smooth. But he's supposed to be here. He's not out of order. That's what y'all got to understand. Because it's going to sound like I'm talking bad about him. But remember, at the closing of the age, you needed the destroyer and the redeemer. Because if the redeemer is not allowed to position itself correctly for the redemption, then the destroyer has to take over. And they can change places. Let's say that somebody decide, okay, well, he the destroyer, I'm going to take him out. The redeemer, when redemption is not possible, becomes the destroyer when the destroyer is not present. So Barack, he did everything he supposed to did to set the stage. And just like Trump, if y'all follow his history, go back to the campaign when he was campaigning with Ronald Reagan. And he's a young guy, probably in his late 20s, mid-20s. And pay attention to this. I'm going to walk down this careful. How articulate is he? How coherent is his thought? How many rash and ignorant statements are coming out of his mouth? None of them. Now, when you watch the ascent of Donald Trump to president, you'll see that he was trained on how to be the bad guy through wrestling. And then they gave him the years of practice in the show called The Apprentice. They had y'all misled believing that all of the people coming to him that he was firing were coming to be his apprentice. That's not the case. Because he was never hands-on teaching any of them anything. That means somebody else had to be the apprentice. So then you go back and find out who was the executive producers of the show. You start to realize that it was more taking place with the apprentice than what you were told. He was learning to be the bad guy. Yes, truth in plain sight everywhere you look. They're not hiding it. It's never been hidden. They just told you that black and white dog you saw wasn't black and white. He was gray. And you fell for it. Now I got to explain to you how he black and white and he not gray. And then I'm going to look like an idiot because you convinced that the liar is telling you the truth. But, it's part of the game. All right, so all of them doing their part. Even the ones that we call evil, like the Clintons and the Bushes. Hillary and William Jefferson was some foul motherfuckers from day one. But they was trained by the best. They was trained by old man Bush. You see, the stories is played out in front of our face in pop culture. They play it out as a theatrical performance in movies, and they sing it in songs, and they tell it in TV shows like Family Guy. They put it in animation so grown folks won't pay attention to it. And then they wonder why the kids is excelling and outstripping the adults, because they know the truth. They're not consciously aware of it, but subconsciously in the back of their mind, they know what the bullshit is and they can see through it. Right? So, transcendental meditation, Kriya yoga, Egyptian yoga, if you are a Christian and you love your doctrine to the point where you don't think you can break free from it, then you need to get into what they call Rosicrucians, which are Christians, but they teach mysticism. All of the world's languages are derivatives. That's what the story of Babel. I'm going to have a live with you because you got to bring up some good topics of discussion, Kirsch Henderson. So the languages, this is one of the biggest tools. Now, in school, they vaguely teach us about anagrams, homonyms, synonyms, and different rules of grammar for translation that you don't get to you into linguistics. Like Grimm's Law of Grammar say that when you're translating from a foreign language into English, all vowels are interchangeable. And so if all vowels are interchangeable, that means that a word like good can also be geed. If you put two E's instead of two O's, it's still properly correct. And so the language are one of the most divisive tools used. But if you really listen to the language and you listen to, hey, money babe, listen to the structure, watch what they telling you and don't just believe what they tell you, then you'll start seeing it for what it is. You know. And so when we tell people to recognize that they, hey, beloved,
What's up?
how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Awesome. Good to see you.
You too. You too.
How everything been going for you?
You know what? Every day is a learning lesson. But I'm just gonna continue. You told me one time before to you said some things to me in the DM, and I'm gonna go off of that. You probably don't remember what you said to me. I'm gonna remind you. And you talked about family curses. And you talked to me about, breaking up family curses. And I know lately you've been talking a lot about bringing the family back together and our individual responsibility to that, I guess, cause or movement. And I think I definitely understand that now. So no matter how hard it is, I'm going to continue to keep my family together.
So look, when you talk about hard, listen to the word. You ain't gonna do nothing hard if you don't have your heart in it. You're just not gonna do it. The only thing that's gonna inspire anybody to do the hard part is it got to be a pursuit of something related to the love. It gotta be something that's connected at the heart. Or you're not gonna put in no hard work. You're not gonna you're gonna be half-assing it because you don't mean it.
Oh, I definitely mean it.
Anything coming from the heart, you mean that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't mind going through the struggle to put the shit back together.
Yeah.
Right? So where else can it be coming from if it ain't coming from the heart? It's coming from the ego. That means it's coming from the program. Right?
Right.
They just told me in the chats Coolio just died.
Oh no.
I don't know what the case. I'm gonna look into that after this.
Yeah.
But he was a G for real.
Yeah. Dang.
He just so happened to make a hit song, but he was a street G.
He was. Coolio. As I walk through the tally of the valley of death, I take a look at my life and realize I'm not Simon, I said last of alone. Even my mama thinks that my mind is gone.
But I ain't never heard a man that didn't deserve it.
What? Yeah. Well, if that's true, rest in peace. Not in peace, just rest.
Run out for a minute.
Yeah, put it out.
Been spending most of my life living in a gangster's paradise. Tell me why are we so blind to see that
the ones we had are you and
yeah. That's a classic.
What?
It's a classic.
What? I'm about to go
It's,
play it.
but you knew it was going to be a classic coming off that Stevie Wonder vocal.
Oh, I didn't know Stevie was involved.
That was originally a Stevie Wonder song called Fool's Paradise. No, Pastime Paradise. Yeah, that was the Stevie Wonder song. And he just changed it from Pastime Paradise to Gangsta Paradise. Changed the singer on the hook, rolled the beat out, and lit that motherfucker up with them lyrics.
Well, before I go, I know there's plenty of people to talk to tonight. I just wanted to say I wanted to send a special shout out to Florida right now. That's, Tampa's my birth city, and I don't know what's going on right down there, but I got a lot of family down there, and I know Florida's the finish line. I don't know what's going on, but I just want to, just send love that way for sure.
Mm-hmm. So somebody just asked who the chief in Florida. There's a lot of chiefs across the land in Florida. And y'all got to remember that the layout of the land currently is not the layout of the organic people. We got a different lay of the land, right, than the settlers who came and set up what you call lines of demarcation, right? So you had the land of flowers, but then you had the land of flowers west, which extended all the way to like Louisiana, right? So with Florida major, Florida minor, so to speak. Don't mean land of flowers. Yeah. But I appreciate you for coming on. Just remember, the hard work, you only do it because it's coming from the heart, or else you're not gonna do it. So
Well, I got to get back to my babies.
okay, sweetie. Keep listening.
Right.
I'm gonna talk to a couple more people. You don't know what the message might be tonight.
I'm definitely going to listen. So you have a good one.
Okay, you too.
Okay.
Yeah, we back in this mofo again.
Oh, we're live.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, shit. I don't know what to do. Cry, scream. I'm so happy.
You don't gotta
I
do none
love
of that. You don't gotta do none of that.
I love you.
Okay, I love you too, sweetie. Where you calling from?
Chicago.
Chi-Town in the house, city of Wynn, goddammit. That's my place of birth.
Oh, Monroe.
Yeah. So what's on your mind?
Oh, a lot. Just looking at the world and, how's everything and the system falling and Babylon falling. I'm rejoicing, but I know I'm spiritually under attack because I'm so powerful. It's so hard for me to really connect with anyone, So you have definitely gave me a lot of relief and comfort through some of my darkest nights, and one of the reasons why I'm staying.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying not to cry.
Yeah, you don't have to cry. But I'm glad I was able to, give you some inspiration, and some strength to get through the struggle. Because this shit ain't been easy for none of us. And some of us don't realize that others have a harder time. Only reason why I could do the most work is because the strongest, in a sense. For the type of work that needs to be done, I'm the person designed to perform the function. Right? Everybody is designed to perform a function at a different level. So as you start to go through your awakening, the hard part is not going to last forever, But because the hard part is the test. The easy part is the training.
Right.
Everything in the training is on the test. No, everything in the test is in the training, but everything in the training is not on the test. Because the part that you needed to learn the lesson for, That's where the hardship comes in to determine if you can figure out how to overcome. So we got two positions that we stand in, the position of right and the position of divine mind. If we stand in those two positions when the shit get hard, we'll realize we're only shedding the old self to become the next self on the next level.
CASHAPP.
Right? So don't think that when a shrimp shed its exoskeleton and grow a new one that it don't hurt. Right? Else he won't know how to wiggle out of it. The pain inspires the action. So this is why I say the only reason people commit suicide because they don't know life's supposed to get hard sometimes.
Thanks.
If they knew that at an early age, they would have expected the hard part. Therefore, they would have knew what the hard part was. That's only the test.
Yeah.
Right? And when you don't know what to do, don't do shit. Be still. And that's how you overcome the greatest of obstacles. When you get tired, rest. When you get hungry, eat. Right? And then you got to understand and know that the hard part it's going to be way shorter than the practice. It's only going to be an event, and then the residuals is the energy signature that the event leaves behind. We experience it as pains and griefs.
That's a mouthful. Because I know I know it's we all go through a journey, you know, and it's people out there that may have it harder than you. And you know, I just feel like, damn, I have to be one of the strongest ones. It's no, you know, the universe doesn't lie. This timing was meant to happen. You know, I've said in this stream, you know, thousands, hundreds of times or whatever. It feels like a million years I've listened to you. I've heard your voice and guide me through the darkness. And it's you know, my dreams are vivid. It's just a lot, you know, and I just feel like, you know, I skipped whatever, you know, the cult had to, and they've just been on the prowl to hunt me down. You know, I've had vampires approach me, real fangs. I've had incidents with celebrities. You know, I was premature. You could hold me in your hand. My heart stopped 3 times. Abandoned at the hospital by my mother. So it's just been a lot.
At that point right there, stop right there. Now you an infant in the hospital with all of the shit you just described. It got to be a reason you're here. You ain't even left the hospital yet. The shit you went through in the hospital is enough to take most of them out. That right there tell you whatever the fuck you got to do, you got to be made strong in order to do it. Therefore, you're going to be required to have hardships. But you made it through all of that shit. Now, look at the shit you made it through after you left the hospital. Right? So you got to have a purpose greater than your struggle. The purpose got to be more rewarding than the pain of the struggle to attain it. Right? So, you know that's therapy, by the way. Let your tears out. Because you release the cortisol.
Right.
Don't hate it. Just do it on your own terms. Under your own conditions. Because you got to let that shit out. That's why it's there. You know? It's there so that you can release the negative that you just overcame. See what you just did?
Okay.
You just went from darkness to light, just that quick. Just that quick. Sometimes you gotta let a little of that shit out in order to take a lot of the other shit in. You gotta let out a little darkness to let a whole lot of light in. So when you start getting like that, take your hot Epsom salt bath, put your favorite oil in there, set your intentions, and when you get in the water, submerge, pour you a cup of alcohol in there to wash your aura. You're gonna
Okay.
feel a whole lot better when you get out.
Gratitude. I did the other thing you said. Bare feet, walking around the grass and sitting in the grass. That really helps
Yeah.
so much. Now that
And surprised how something so little can help so much.
yeah, because when I hold my hand out, the trees grab me, the vines they grab me, and I freaked out. My one friend, he was like, "Whoa!" But they wave at me when I walk past. You know, I had a blue jay at my window last week. Blue jay sing in the morning to me. The Cardinals, I see Cardinals all the time. It's all, you know, fairy rings with the mushrooms.
Yeah.
I got this clip. I have to post it. They were in my window last night. The Star family recorded them. So
Everybody should send me when you post it.
okay, I'll do that when I get off here.
Because I want to share it.
Okay,
People that's watching
gratitude.
might want to see it. But yeah,
Yes.
so the blue jay, when you seeing the blue jay, that means